Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. The Dome, home to the Orange and Syracuse University. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Blue Devils will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Syracuse's offense will get first crack at it today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are 2 of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll do it himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Well, that time on 3rd down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced the negative play, now setting up 4th down.
The Orange will have to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So Duke's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these 2 running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have 2 guys, 1 on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The running back has it. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Duff. They've got the screen set up. Brings into the open. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And the Blue Devils are flying down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle, it's Peterson. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
And the extra point is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the ground with the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Conway. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Right back to the well. Turning it on. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Blue Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
That's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Still looking on the move. He's going to run it. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end. They go to the ground. Creates a little space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to pass. It's Conway. Fires to the big fella. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. And they get the 3rd down stop. What a play by this defense. 4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Gets the back moving. He'll ride his man on the option. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
He'll start this drive firing. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He'll pull it down. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Now facing a 3rd and long. Makes the catch. It's Peterson. At the 40, there he goes. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Hayden. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They'll throw it from the red zone. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got him downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Blue Devils, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. A 1st down run on the doorstep. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
14, Syracuse, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, this player's got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Conway. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got his man.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
Wants to keep it in the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going to take off. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line. To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hayden. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Duff. Pulls it in, it's Peterson. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking downfield very late in the half. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. He's got it down the right side. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Tough to beat a good first half of football in a great town like Syracuse.
Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this 2nd half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They go to work. Third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the 2nd half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the 2nd half, this could be a much different looking football game.
There he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
The Blue Devils moving quickly to the line.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
And the Blue Devils come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Duff. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. Touchdown, Duke! And the pummeling has started. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Runs through a tackle. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action on 1st down. On the shovel. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Syracuse will send out the punt team. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. To the air, it's Duff. Looking deep down the right side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go bumps against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Zips it out to his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So 1st down, we'll open up the final period. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Oh, he's got some space.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Drag down. .39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. The give to the tailback. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins, and you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
The Blue Devils trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Offense changing the play. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he'll be brought down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close, punching in for a touchdown here at the bottom.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
That last score sort of felt like the finishing touches on a great meal, didn't it, as they get ready to line up for the kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there.
Lofts one high and deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Conway. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Orange will have to punt. They bring him down strong. Effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse,